In, and that's the market opening, by the way. It's flat with a bit of a negative bias. The Nifty is holding on to the 19,770 mark. The Bank Nifty is down about 80 points, so just keep that in mind. The Bank Nifty is exerting a bit of pressure on the market, just about 0.2%. If you take a look at the top Nifty losers, let's start with that because Kotak Mahindra Bank is topping the list, down about 0.8%. ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, IndusInd. The Bank Nifty has been struggling a bit the last couple of days. It's not assumed any kind of leadership, so just keep that in mind. And apart from that, today you also have the IT stocks a tad bit soft, nothing too much to worry about for the bulls. The TCS stock is down about 0.8%, and then you have something like an L&T, M&M, Apollo Hospitals, Eicher Motors that are just a little soft this morning. What's gaining though is some of these other names in the auto space. So Tata Motors is up 0.5%, Hero MotoCorp is in the green, BPCL by the way is up about 2%, and then you have something like a Wipro, Tata Consumer Products, Sun Pharma, Cipla. So pharma stocks are doing pretty well this morning, you'd have to say. But otherwise, it's a very, very quiet start. It feels like the market after a very strong run-up is just trying to catch its breath and hang around that 19,800 mark, which has been a bit of a resistance in the past as well. But lots of stocks in the broader market. So, Nigel, over to you.
Well, a few stocks that we should be looking at. JMR Power, they've acquired additional stake in their arm. JMR Energy for close to around $28.5 million. That stock, I think, has moved higher. Ganesh Ecosphere as well, that's another stock. They're looking at raising some funds on November 24th. So they're going to be considering some fundraising. That's one stock we should look at. Kadam as well, that's a big underperformer post its IPO. They as well are talking about raising some funds. So Kadam India should come up for you on the screen. IDBI Bank, well, the government has cancelled bid for appointing the asset valuer, and the fresh RFP is likely to be issued. So that one, in fact, is down close to around 3%. And all cargo as well, the monthly volumes are coming in at 8-month lows. The LCL volumes are down by close to around 4%. So all cargo as well has opened up with a cut of 1.5%. Prashant.
Well, the market on the Nifty is turned slightly into the green. We're up about 8 points or so. And the index is just flitting around the 19,800 kind of levels. A few other names before we go any further. Nimesh was highlighting all these cable and wire companies. Polycab is coming up as the top volume-led gainer. It's up about 2%. Stocks at about 5,400, 5,415 or so on Polycab. Tata Investment Corporation is at number 2 position in terms of volumes. It's up 2%. That's an investment management company basically. Latent View is up about 2.5%. That's coming up with strong gains. Talbros Auto, it is up 50% this month. It opened 6% higher, so it basically has come off the day's high. It's up 3%, but still 50% for the month so far, and of course it's up 200% for the year. EMS Limited, I think it's locked up 5%, 454 on EMS Limited. There is Bombay Dyeing, which is up about 4% or so. Stocks at about 170. There is something called Sasta Sundar, which is, I think, formerly Flipkart Health, which is an online pharmacy. 5.5%. I think it's should be at a new high. Stocks at about 493 or so. Look at the volumes, and that's the reason I'm mentioning that right to the word go. So big gains there. What else? Uptown and a few others come through, but volumes then taper off quite a bit very, very quickly. KPIT, I think Sonia and Nigel mentioned, it's the largest volume-led loser after the, I think, near 40% gain that KPIT has seen in the last 1 month. In the run-up to the Tata Tech IPO, it's seeing some pullback come through. So 1460 or so on Tata Tech. There was also that Kotak note, I think it was yesterday, downgrading their rating and kind of wondering what's the excitement all about with the big move we've seen there. Suzlon is down about 5%. It's the second largest volume-led loser, 37 or so on Suzlon. And IDBI, we've just mentioned that story with Sapna. IDBI is down 3.5%. Stocks at about 60 and has got decent-sized volumes for this point in the day as well. So that's the market for you. On the Nifty, we're up about 17 points or so after a slightly softish start. The divergence is still there. I mean, the Nifty Bank is in the red while the Nifty is turned into the green.